I have no idea what song you're talking about. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Little pig, let me in.
You know, that's gonna be the clip I put up on Instagram, right? Is y'all doing that? Welcome to the 101st episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview bands and public figures from the mathcore adjacent communities. If you beautiful people in chat have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in. I'll try to read them aloud. If you'd like to sub for $5, you get access to some exclusive emails, as well as early access to all the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming platforms. If you'd like to, you can also sub for free by attaching Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. Watching this on YouTube, listening to this in your car, and have no idea what I'm talking about. The show is first shown live on Twitch to us every Sunday and Wednesday at twitch.tv/thecasttheendcreation for the live cast. With all that out of the way, let me introduce our guest today who dropped their third EP, I Don't Feel Anything, back in September through Dark Trail Records. Welcome in, Willzyx. How's it going?
Hey.
Hola.
Did I pronounce that correctly, Willzyx?
No.
Did I really not? What is it?
Willzyx, but the way you pronounced it is
Willzyx.
how everyone does it, so
Yeah.
you're technically
It's,
right.
it's either that or Willzyx, but like honestly, we kind of like we chose it thinking like, oh yeah, it'll be funny if we just like say it wrong half of the time anyways and just confuse people.
So tell us who you are, what you do in the band. I guess we'll go left to right. Yeah, starting with you.
I'm Ian and I do the vocals.
I'm Alex. I play guitar.
I'm Colin, I play bass.
Johnny, I play drums.
Alrighty. So I actually saw two lineups out there with your names on there, and another one with Zella, Nilok, Nye, and Nyaj. What's going on with that?
Name's just backwards. That's literally it.
Oh my god, it is. I didn't even notice till just now. That's awesome. Why do that though? Like just playing around, just memeing?
We had we loved the Locust and we had big plans at the beginning to be like we were just gonna like have a gimmick where we'd like dressed all like a certain thing. It was a little more silly at that point, and we've gotten a little bit less silly. So like we kind of just, I mean, sometimes we still dress up ridiculously, but we were just gonna be very I don't know, off-putting, no real names, kind of anonymous.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because y'all said that y'all were gonna be y'all are cetacean metal. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, like even a little bit. But I looked it up and it's a whale, and then I realized that the fucking whale from South Park is Willzyx. Well, however you pronounce it, Willzyx. We'll go with that. Is the whale from South Park? So, what's going on? Why'd y'all go with that?
We couldn't land on a name, and like we were watching South Park, and I think it was just like, fuck it.
It was one of those things where like seeing the name with the ZYX
Yeah.
kind of was pleasing, and then also the idea kind of like how Matt and Trey make their episodes like a week before. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they used to make them like a week before to current times and current events. I kind of wanted to take that idea with this band and have like an ever evolving sound that's going with current times and current events, possibly.
We're emotionally influenced by South Park.
Okay. At first, I honestly didn't even realize that was the connection. At first, I totally thought it was like supposed to be like this weird little WXYZ thing, which you flipped around the XYZ with like the W, made it Will, but far less complicated. You're just naming it after a stupid joke in a South Park, which is totally legit. So you guys started your Facebook in April of 2017. I assume that's about when the band got together?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, seems about right.
How'd y'all like find each other?
Me and him played in a band together. We were in like a grindcore band before that.
I lived with him.
Yeah, and me. Yeah, we all lived together. Johnny, I worked at a music store with, and I saw him shred some drums one day, and was like, "Oh damn!" And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Pretty straightforward. Have y'all had the same lineup the entire time?
No.
We did start with actually a different drummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, we did have another drummer when we started, but Johnny recorded the first one with us. He was the first like real set in stone drummer. We played one show with the other guy, but
Well,
He's still-
shit, man, 4 years, same lineup. That's awesome, dude. Most bands are changing members left and right.
Try.
But you try to change members and it never worked out. I gotcha, I gotcha.
We're trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. This vision dies if one of us leaves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you dropped your self-titled EP in June of 2017. Then your second one, the Raw Congenital Complex.
Hey.
Yeah, you dropped them in 2019, and now you're back with your third one, I Don't Feel Anything. What's different this time around?
I think we've found a sound that we want to explore more. Where like when we first started with the very first EP with the first drummer that we had, it was a joke. It was just like, oh, we hate repetition. We all have ADHD. Let's just go part. What now? Okay, now this part. What now? Okay, now this part.
Yeah, the writing process was bullshit.
I mean, it wasn't a joke. Like, we still like
Yeah.
that. We still play some of those songs, and like I still like them.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like,
yeah.
but it was a lot more satirical. We were, I don't know.
A lot more. I don't know. It was.
it
It was
was
different.
It was different.
Yeah.
We've gotten a little bit more. It's a little bit darker. I'm sure you can probably hear that if you've listened.
I was actually gonna say that. Yeah, 100%. It's to me, it's like y'all slowed down a bunch on this EP compared to like your last two ones. Slowed down a bunch, and it's a lot darker. Actually, it sounds very similar to Horse Torso. I imagine that you guys are like that. You know, at least know of them, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude! It sounds so similar to that. When I first heard the songs, I was like, oh shit, that's they're playing stuff like Horse Torso. That's awesome because it's a sound that I feel like needs to be explored a whole lot more. Just real quick, wanted to mention Holly's in the chat. How's it going, Holly? And Full Metal Jacket's asking ass or titties. Alrighty.
Ass.
Shit. Physical shit.
Okay, alrighty.
Oh. Sorry.
I like the small toe and just the small one.
You like the what?
The small toe.
The small
Like
what?
toe,
Oh, a
just
small
the-
toe. Okay.
the small one. The rest of them are gross.
Okay. Alright. Anyway, I don't know what I was expecting whenever I asked that question. Anyhow, you guys definitely have a strong Daughters influence. Then a bunch of influence I could tell from like 3-1G bands. Y'all were mentioning the Locust. That was something that was on top. What are some of your other influences?
Oh man, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
I guess it
think we're
depends
all
on who
very
you're talking
different.
to.
Yeah. We're come from very different worlds.
I didn't really start listening to like any of this kind of stuff until I started hanging out with these guys. I listened more to like jazz and stuff like that. So this was
Oh, I could
kind of-
definitely feel like the jazz influence in this. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm still like kind of learning all of those bands. Like
Yeah, and like Alice Cooper is my favorite band, and like I like a lot more like, you know, death metal and weird psych rock shit, and like just old stuff. And like recently, I've been like a huge country head, so like literally nothing that he listens to.
I listen to everything that's not made here in the U.S. pretty much. A big thing that like inspires me to make the newer sound that we're going towards is this genre that's called Zool. It's kind of something that came from the rock and opposition era of music, where it was just people taking weird genres and just mashing them together because they're like, I hate how disco's on the radio. I want to do the exact opposite of that.
Okay,
So,
kind of like No Wave.
Kind of, yeah.
That was
More with like classical and like highly refined instrumentation played as if they don't know how to do it. So like
Okay.
Poil is one of them. There's another band called Me. And for Ultra Zoo.
Boyle rips. If you haven't heard Boyle, listen to Boyle.
Poil
I
is-
haven't listened to him. I need to. Send me a link.
Oh yeah,
We
absolutely.
will. Yeah, definitely.
Stuff like Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, I think is like
Yes.
one that we all
Yeah.
like. They're
Yeah.
Oh.
something like a sound we want to go towards.
If no one's listening to Mel Banana, listen to Mel Banana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bananas
Yeah,
a huge
yeah,
one.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
There's a couple things we agree on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's-
Melt Banana's one I got to get up on, but Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum was one of like the first metal bands I actually listened to, so I'm with you on that.
Deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that song "Sleep Is Wrong" I think is what it's called.
Uh,
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I heard.
Live, they literally fall asleep in the song.
they really? That's crazy, dude.
It's like, no.
No way. That's great.
Yeah, they fuck with people. They're super unsettling live, it seems like.
Yeah.
We got Christian Segerstrom in the chat. How's it going, man?
Hey.
For Index.
You smell like right now.
I gotta look it up. What does he say?
So, what's the writing process like with you guys? Is one person primarily directing it, or you guys just bringing in random stuff, seeing what sticks to the wall?
Al usually brings in like some or most of a song on guitar, and then we jam it a bunch and it morphs into something very different. It's like we get like a kind of a roadmap from Al, and then it just twists till it ends up into something we're like, okay, I think we're okay with this now at this point.
For the jam parts, or the parts that sound like soundscapey, we'll just put down like phones and just jam for like 30 minutes to an hour and just do whatever and record it and see what happens. And if we like something, they'll be like, cool, let's turn that into a song.
Yeah, like a lot of the times when we practice, like it turns into a long jammy thing and we stumble upon something we like too, and we're like, oh, okay, there's that thing.
Yeah, we'll find like a loop and then just kind of like splice those things together and like make it flow.
I don't like to write a whole song, so I'll write a piece or like a quote unquote riff, and then I'll present it to them and I'll just be like, all right, thoughts, and then we'll just evolve it from there.
So, sometimes they end up pretty damn close to the exact same thing that you had written at home, or at least that you had been like playing on guitar or something. Like he'll come with like a riff.
Yeah.
But then sometimes we'll totally fucking contort it and make it into something totally different.
Yeah.
But
like I'll write a riff and I'll play that riff, but I will let them do whatever the hell they want behind it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're kind of like making like the centerpiece of the song, and then you kind of craft things around it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's one way to
like
put it,
I build the skeleton and then they help build the flesh and hair.
It's like
Kind of morbid, but okay, I like it. So, I really like the lyrics. There's a lot of awesome imagery and stuff, and they have a very nice flow to them. But I have no clue what they are, what they're about half the time, because the metaphors just go over my head. I'm too zero head for it, you know. So, what are the lyrics mainly about?
I guess, I mean, like a lot of it's just like kind of an expose on depression, I guess.
I was kind of getting the feeling it was something like that, but I wasn't completely sure.
But I mean, like that's definitely not all of it. I don't know. It really depends. It depends on what I'm feeling when we write the song. Some of it, a lot of it, I write to like when we're jamming. Sometimes I'll write parts before I write lyrics, then write lyrics to them. But like, yeah, I mean, like I'm not trying to write a storybook. You know what I mean? Like it's not like.
They're very pretty lyrics, man. Like I think you did a good job writing them.
It means to you, right?
Okay, yeah.
And to everybody else. That's kind of where I'm at. but yeah, nothing. I mean, like there's not. I guess there's some like explicit subject matter sometimes, but like most of the time it can be. It's meant to be molded to how you feel about it, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I feel a certain way, and I'll never be able to explain that way. But
whenever I read the lyrics, I kind of got a vibe of the inner turmoil of perception, but without the ego, without the human. Without hey, I am this human telling the story. It's just you can be the human experiencing the story. Like it's whatever you want to perceive it as.
Yeah,
obviously, it's kind of
way to put it.
It's dark,
yeah.
But it just kind of goes over like sporadic thoughts that go through head during stressful situations.
Yeah. I guess earlier stuff was very like I guess a little bit more I don't know, kind of like teenage in the way that like I would talk about wanting to die all the time, and I tried to like move away from that. Like we get everybody wants to die, but I wanted to like I don't know. The newer stuff is definitely a little bit different take than that. I guess it's I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It's a sporadic narrative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like naked lunch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
You ever
lunch.
MS Burroughs or any of the like? Do you know about like the beat poets?
Nah.
Okay, so Naked Lunch. I'll send another thing. I'll send you a link. So he was this incredible poet that was just really fucking breaking some crazy barriers in that world. He was like the pioneer of something called the cut up method, where like he would essentially, it was like almost experimental writing. So he would write something, and then he would write another thing, and there'd be a section that he thought like maybe like went on too long. He'd cut out a section of that and put it over another piece that he had wrote, see what fits in. And even if it doesn't totally fit correctly, as time goes on, he like kind of as time goes on, he figures out what it means to him.
Okay.
And other people may figure out what it means to them. But sometimes you're reading William S. Burroughs and you have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Off as like heroin sometimes.
Yeah. And then sometimes it's just these crazy sci-fi porn scenes where like there's like just like jizz flying across the fucking room, and there's like a bunch of aliens who are all fucking each other. But then like the next sentence will be like the most profound thing you've ever fucking heard in your entire life.
I feel like that whole thing too, like, just reflects how information is taken in nowadays too. Like that was like the internet before there was an internet. It's like everything
Right. It sounds crazy.
was like crazy alien porn. Like,
Crazy alien porn. That's like half the internet right now. It's just crazy alien porn. Holly's wondering, what does the modular synth look like in a live setting? Do you make bleep bloops organically, or memorize them, or do you record them as samples? I was kind of wondering that too. I figured you had a backing track.
No, I don't really have synth sounds necessarily live. I do have a modular synth setup that runs effects. Actually, I have delay, and I have a filter on either my vocals or the samples that I'm shooting through it that come from a tape machine, basically. And then so like when we do it live, it's never gonna like. Our samples are never static. If you see us live, you're not going to hear the same thing. It's always going to be totally. So because I just will find a tape and think it sounds cool, it's usually somebody talking, and then I'll just shoot it through some effects. So like the effects is what the modular is basically, and I use a DL4 too. But other than that, I mean, I'm not really like bringing like actual modular synthesizers per se, just certain pieces of them to affect certain sounds.
Yeah, and like when this last time, we did use a lot of synthesizers and shit, but like
we did.
live, he just uses pedalboard because it can make all the bleeps and bloops and shit.
I have a lot of guitar synthesizer pedals.
Yeah, he's got all the synthesizers actually live. I have a bunch at home, but he brings them to the shows. It's all guitar though.
Like one of the newer songs, there's like an in-between part before the heavy part at the end where there'll be a synth on the recording going like meow, but then live I'll do it with an FM4, which is the like big purple pedal that the Locust uses, and I'll just do my of it. So it's like kind of the same, but a totally different feel.
Alrighty, man. So this is recorded and mixed by Eric Sauter at Blackheart Studios, who did all of your other stuff. And this time it was mastered by Zach Weeks at God City Studios. So why didn't you guys go with Brad Boatwright? That's who everyone goes with. Like, seriously, the last like 6 bands I've talked to have gotten this shit mastered by Brad Boatwright. Fully expecting you guys to be there too, but it wasn't.
It's Brad Boatwright.
I don't fucking know, man. He does everything though.
Dude, it sounds like a guy who writes like romance novels for Walmart. I love it.
That's awesome. But how was your recording experience?
His last name was Douches, and we couldn't keep it together.
our last one also was recorded at Machines with Mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, how was this time around?
well, we've known Eric forever, and like Johnny and I are in a band with Eric too. So like he's seen us live more than anyone who is recording music around here and knows what we want and what we're actually like going for. So it made a lot more sense. And also he's like been a homie of ours for fucking ever. So it was nice working with that too.
Yeah.
Like our first thing that we recorded was like one of the first like 20 or 30 things I think Eric recorded, and it was like in like a weird spot and significantly less gear, and now he has this fucking incredible studio.
He was still figuring it out, and
Yeah, we did it on like it was like
At the beginning.
Eric and I worked at the same music store, and it was like my lunch break, and he took the day off, so it was like it was like very rushed and
yeah. It was a shit show. The second one with Seth was really cool because it was fun going down to machines, because like a lot of the bands that we like Chinese Stars and Daughters and Erebon Radar and shit are all there.
It's battles just down the board. Like there's so much shit has come out of that studio, but at the same time he didn't know us as well and had never like seen us play live or anything, so he didn't quite understand it as well as Eric did.
Yeah.
So when Eric had the gear and the knowledge to really put out some good stuff, we were like, all right, we're gonna
we've also had, I think this is the first time we've recorded where we have all the gear to make the sounds in our heads that we want to make, where we never had all the shit or didn't know what to get. So now that we have like the right bullshit pedal combination and have an understanding of how to get those sounds on recording after I've been to a real studio and to a buddy studio, and now our buddy has a real studio, so it's like, well, fuck it, let's just do both. It's one of it just worked out really. It made sense for once.
Yeah. And we were able to, rather than like going to a studio, doing everything that we needed to do, mixing, and then being like, all right, well, that's all we got time for. We were able to like, there's a couple things we wanted to fix, so we could go back because it was our best friend and he's in town. We could just be like, hey, can I redo this thing? And he'd be like, yeah, no problem, $20.
We recorded Rock in general. We practiced for like every day for like a month before because we were so stressed to like, we have to do this in 2 fucking days, man.
I think we overdid it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
think we overthought.
Machines is a fucking cool studio. Like you can stay there. There's like 4 or 5 beds. There's a massive ping pong table. There's
a whole
kitchen.
Sick jazz bands playing.
Yeah,
every night.
And if there were shows playing, like Seth walked in with
sick.
beer and just gave it to us and said, "Hey, come hang out." Like
he's the bartender as well as the engineer.
Yeah. So like it's a really
sick spot.
Yeah, and they had shows there for a while. Like I saw it was Doomsday Student and Lightning Bolt there, and it was fucking cool. It was the smelliest show I've ever been to. Like everyone who went to that place stunk, but it was really fucking cool to see them there.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Holly's saying that it came out really good, and I think it did too. You guys did it. I love like the originality that comes from stuff like this. There's a lot of bands that are like trying to copy each other right now, and it's really nice to see like someone doing something.
That's why this was incepted.
So, got your artwork up on screen right now. What the heck is this? Like mushrooms, or is this like a coral reef thing, or what the heck am I looking at here?
Yeah, really interesting. I'm glad you asked about that. There's a really interesting story.
So, like in our practice space, there was a piece of fungus that was sitting in like the foyer area for fucking months, and it had like that thing. Is,
so like not in your practice space, but like in the area leading to your practice space, there was fungus.
Yeah, like this thing is like maybe the size of like a couple quarters, like side by side. It's small. It's like a bottle cap. So I get stoned with film cameras a lot, and I found the combination of filters and shit that I needed to get like a 1-to-1 photo of it. And it took me like 4 or 5 rolls of film and like a bunch of money of just being an idiot, not knowing how a camera worked that much at the time to get like an image of it. And I've had the image floating around, and then we're like, oh, that'd be a cool cover or whatever. But as well, when you say the other thing about like where the fungus came from.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So at the very beginning of 2020, when shit started really going south. Well, I guess it was like May. It was like the day that everything shut down. It wasn't March.
It was March.
The day that everything shut down, mine and his house burned down in a fire.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, like it is what it is. It's like this. But I don't know. It's some crazy shit that we ended up finding out that fungus. We found that fungus literally where we ended up burying our very beloved cat, and then didn't know that it was from that day until what,
like
a year later.
Yeah, like maybe like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
A friend of ours had brought it inside and was like,
it was all put together.
Yeah, we gave him a
Yeah,
copy of the CD. It's like, oh, I didn't know that was the cover. That's your guy's dead cat, basically. And I was like, what?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, we didn't
What the
know.
fuck?
so like
Jesus Christ.
the cover is Jan, this very sweet cat. She had her own
She was
Instagram
awesome.
hashtag. She fucking ruled. She was awesome.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. What the hell?
No, that's the
Yeah.
crazy part. If we had like planned that, then like, yeah, that's some normal shit. But like, we had
Is that normal?
He's just like,
Dude,
"Dude,
that's
you know what that
wild.
fungus is?" He's like, I grabbed that from the rock when we buried Jan. I was like, okay, yeah, we're going with that. We're using that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. Holy shit. That's crazy, man. One of the things I do have to say about the cover, I love the way that y'all wrote the album title. You wrote it like, what was that, 4 times on there? And like increasingly weirder and weirder writing. I think that's really good, like showing like, I don't know, someone losing their mind or something like that. I think that's really. But holy shit, dude! Like that's a crazy fucking story with that. I thought this might have been just like clip art that y'all found somewhere, or like a picture someone else took or whatever. But that is crazy, man. Okay, I do want to bring up your second EP's artwork because I always thought that one was weird and I had some questions about it. So
How was all this guy? Yeah.
So you got like a rabbit, duck, whatever thing happening, but you've also got this weird grid thing on top of it, like almost like it's a color by numbers kind of thing. What's going on with this?
Kind of had a problem with it when we were going to we were trying to set up the printing for the vinyl that we're getting, because originally we were going to do what Christian is doing for us. We were thinking about like maybe trying to do it like back and front and having like one EP on one side and then the other EP on the other side. But then like what was it when you mash the artworks together?
Yeah, so
that weird dot pattern fucked up something.
Yeah,
and,
but I think it ended up being out okay. I just had to bump up like the DPI and resolution like way fucking higher than it should have been, and then I just resized it a bunch, and it like hopefully it works out. I don't know, we haven't seen it yet. I think Christian's in chat, and like if it comes out fucking terrible, I am so sorry, and we appreciate you a lot.
I don't like from what we've seen, what he's sent us the previews of it. It looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, he sent us like previews of it. It came out. It looks like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe he's photoshopping stuff before he sends it to us. So when we get it, we just start crying.
Love you, Christian.
So you guys also did some music videos that I'm we're gonna start off with, I think it's Flexible Lies. Yeah, Flexible Lies. So whose idea was the music video? Oh, Christian says it looks fine, by the way. But
Nice.
yeah, whose idea was it to do this music video?
It's fine,
It's
Christian.
so fine.
Flexible. That was
Mike did.
Mike,
that.
Yeah, it was mostly our like we have like a visual guy essentially. He's also like one of our best friends and our roommate. He projects like AV glitch shit that's all like kind of like live done. Like he puts on his own show when we play. Like you could watch him just fucking pressing buttons and shit, and it's pretty entertaining.
Oh, do y'all have like a projector going or something like that live?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He jams basically. He makes DVDs of random clip art or like whatever he finds that he thinks is interesting, then shoots them into this old like
It's a
80s, early
Panasonic
90s.
AV mixer
Yeah,
for
AV.
like live TV shit.
What you would make like an old VHS out of, or like an old music video, basically, if you didn't have a ton of money.
So in the beginning of Flexible Lies, you see like hands moving around and bullshit, like it was like hacking a TV station. That's me and him messing with his mixers and visual shit. So like all that equipment that you see in the beginning, minus a couple like antennas attached to guitar pedals and shit. There's like actually those are the crazy visual mixers that Mike uses live.
They look nuts. It looks like a weird sci-fi like cockpit. Yeah. It's cool, but yeah, he does that, and then like you can like basically you can shoot the output into certain inputs on it, almost like creating like like a loop for like you would with audio gear to make like some crazy sounds.
Right.
It'll make crazy visual patterns. And there's a whole world of that now, actually. There's a lot of people doing it. We just played our first show back recently, and the other band, Cadaverette, great band from Portland, Maine, they also had their own artist that was doing the same thing, but he had like an insane amount of it. I couldn't even believe it.
He does the visuals for fucking Uncle Ass and the Deadbeats.
Yeah,
and he's living up here now, or like I guess he's probably gonna go back and forth, whatever. But he uses similar kind of stuff, but like does it for Cadaver, and it's a totally different thing. Like it's people can do the same shit with the same gear, but still have like a unique thing. It's like it's totally like music but visual.
That sounds really interesting. How do you do that? Does he have like a whole computer with him or something? Like
the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
no. I mean, like so. I mean, So when he first started, no, he didn't have a computer, but now he does. So originally he was bringing a stack of DVD players, like small DVD players about this tall.
Okay.
And he'd have 4 of them, and he had 2 of like the little mixers, and each of them had 2 different input mixers, and you can fuck them up via that, and then just like do like weird, like you can patch it into itself almost like a synthesizer or something, and just like make some crazy sounds out of it, but it's visual. And so like he used to not bring a computer. Now he does, just because it just makes it that much more insane. It was like kind of like an obsession with analog at first, but then we're like, oh, we can make it that much crazier if we bring along a computer and supplement certain things. So he now has like a video that plays that goes along kind of with our set, but just really fucks it up with a bunch of other shit at the same time coming into it.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know that you could do.
There's a whole lot of this shit.
I still don't know you can do stuff like that.
Tachyon's Plus is the man to watch. He is like the fucking god of that culture right now. He does some crazy shit. But he also he'll take those machines and he'll bend them like circuit bending. He'll video bend them and to make them do even crazy shit.
I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome, man. Holy shit. Holly's asking what's his name. It's Mike Villers, right?
Villars.
Alrighty.
Gabagool on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it really? That's great.
I don't know how his is spelled.
A number of underscores.
He also did another one for you guys. Feed Your Feelings. So, are these like just his ideas, or did y'all like tell him what to make? Y'all guide him a little bit.
The first one, I think like we had like a rough idea, and the mic just fucking went for it, and we were like, just do literally fucking whatever. Yeah. And then the second one, we had one idea that like morphed into whatever it was. I think like they went to set up the practice space to like film and everything, and it changed like into what it is now. But Mike still like did all the editing, and like as it was editing, it kind of changed again too.
He kind of like reins in the ideas.
Yeah,
just like throw everything.
Like we have a bunch.
He's really good at the visual thing.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of like leave that to him and let him like. I mean, like we also have input for sure. Yeah. Like that video, we definitely, it was like us just like we have a bunch of mannequins at our practice spot that a really close friend of ours gave to us, like a bunch, like a whole lot of mannequins.
Like
They're in the bathroom, you try and take a shit, and it's just literally like the torso of one of them is in your face. Like, but
one of the bathrooms, your legs go in between the mannequin's legs, and like on the leg it says "look up," and you look up, and you're just like checking out the mannequin's body.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, essentially, we just got weird with those, and just like filmed some live shots where then some shots that we were just being weird with mannequins. I guess it did. Eventually, we kind of like made a weird like segment out of like there was that hole behind us that was just the door to our actual practice spot that we would like shoot mannequins through, so it looked like it was going through the wall or some stupid shit. But yeah, I don't know.
I think it looks really good, actually. Like most performance videos are kind of boring, to be honest, but y'all did a really good job with this one. This one's really interesting.
All videos are boring, to be honest.
That's what we were trying to avoid. We hate performance videos, so we were like, oh, let's make it interesting somehow. But
well, you fucking nailed it, man. So got some random questions here. First one's one that we ask everybody. What do you put on your hot dogs?
Sauerkraut.
Alrighty, just sauerkraut, or are we looking at something else?
I like relish, sauerkraut,
Mustard.
Yeah.
mustard, not ketchup. Not a ketchup fan.
No.
Dude, me neither, man. Most people always say that they put like ketchup on their hot dogs, and I'm like, you're fucking insane, man. So I appreciate that. Finally found someone that didn't like it.
Yeah, like the New York dog or whatever. Whatever sauerkraut, like 4 or 5 different kinds of mustard mixed together, put into a bottle, then pour it on the hot dog. Maybe shove spaghetti in there. Call it it.
Okay. I was with you until the spaghetti, but I can get down with this. Some experimental food to go along with experimental. I got it.
You just pour water on it.
Okay,
Sloppy
you're
dog.
what do you call it? A competitive food eater. So I got you, man. You just
No,
space them
no.
first.
you eat it slow. You
can
enjoy
order
it.
it that way. They don't like when you do it, but you can.
I don't know. I make a lot of hot dogs at work, and I guess I don't know. We have like a banh mi dog that rips. I eat a lot of those. I eat vegan banh mi dogs all the time, and then I guess last weekend I did yakisoba as a special, and then we made a yakisoba dog that just had yakisoba just sitting on top of it with like some pickled ginger and a bunch of shit. That was really good.
Actually, sounds pretty good.
I would
that.
totally eat a vegan yakisoba dog. It came from, there's actually one of the dudes that I work with has this like whole dream about, he kept on talking about it, where he just really wanted to do not even a dog, but just yakisoba on a bun, which is apparently a thing. It's a street food thing. Like it's really big in certain areas, mostly I think it's Vietnamese mostly, that people put it on the bun, and it's weird, but we put a dog in it and it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
You work at a restaurant then?
Yeah, I make food at a brewery. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And yeah, I work for kind of a restaurant too. Yeah.
So y'all dropped this out on Dark Trail Records. How'd y'all hook up with Christian?
I think he posted us
Bye,
like
Johnny.
Bye.
Johnny's
Yeah,
out now.
Johnny's got to get out of here. See you later, Johnny. You're awesome.
I think he shared our this first EP that we put out at some point on Mathcore Index.
I think he premiered it, didn't he? The second one?
No, we're
like
talking
our-
about the
like
first
our-
one.
like our
Oh,
demo.
okay.
Yeah, so like he posted that way back, and like through Mathcore Index in general, like when it was just a blog out, like, and just posting on Facebook is like how we found like band Died from New York we were like friends with, and like loved them. We played with them. We went down to New York with them. Like we found other bands through that way too. But like he posted our shit, and then I think he hit us up or we hit him up like a couple years ago. I was like, hey, we have a new album, please help. And he helped.
He promoted the shit out of it, and like, yeah, it was. I mean,
Yeah, Christian's fucking the man.
yeah, he does a great thing.
Hell yeah, man.
I guess when it came to this one, he had already kind of, well, we did the Index Fest.
Yeah.
And he had, after the Index Fest that we did, which was the live stream one that happened in 2020, he had messaged us and be like, hey, I want to put out whatever the hell you put out next. So when we put out some shit, we hit him up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean,
Nice. Really straightforward. Yeah, he's awesome. Kicking ass with the community. Like seriously. Yeah, it's just insane how much he's given. Let's see here. So you guys played a bunch of shows. You actually played a couple of really cool ones with like Behold the Octopus and shit like that. What's your best show?
that was my favorite one. But I used to be obsessed with Behold the Octopus when I was like a band geek in high school. So that was like
At the same venue, but probably I think 6 months prior or something like that. There's a band from Maine called Confusatron, which is like
oh yeah, that was great.
they're like Mr. Bungle influence, and that's like it. And they're more like metally and weird. in a different way, and like it was their first show back in like 10 years, and
That was a
then
good one. Yeah.
there was another band on it called Quam or some shit like that. Quad. It was called Quad.
Yeah.
It was a cello player and a drummer, and that was it. And that was really fucking cool because like Confusatron is really, really, really tight. It was
They
like
were
a
incredible.
nearly sold out
Yeah.
venue at like
Yeah.
like Portland, Maine is kind of where we have a hometown. We're from
Manchester doesn't
Manchester.
really get us.
Yeah, Manchester
But-
kind of sucks dick, but
in some ways. In some
Portland
ways
is
it's all
fucking
right.
cool.
It's all right.
There's like the people up there are so much nicer, and like there's people that like stay for the whole show and shit like that. And like
there's like it's a very big art community
Yeah,
up there.
there's more
a lot of
appreciation
people who
for the
are really
weird
into
shit.
weird shit up there, and so we've always definitely found way more of a home up there.
yeah, like
and it's only an hour away, so it's
yeah, I think that was like the first show where it's like I think I realized, wow, people like us here. This is cool. Like and like I don't know, we met people at that show and stuff. That one stands out to me at least.
that was a good one.
My favorite one is, I think it was, I could be wrong, I think it was the first time we played in Maine, because we didn't have much of a set together. We just had the first EP, I think, and that was the set. So our set was like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, this little French lady comes up to us and just starts trying to talk to us, going, "My English is not very good, but do you have more?" And I was just like, "Oh, this is very heartwarming." I was like, "I'm so sorry, no." She's like,
She was
"CDs?"
wicked
like,
nice,
no.
yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
"Shirts?" No.
Yeah, we learned nothing with this. I don't think we even had stickers at that point.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What about your worst show?
Oh man.
What was the worst show? Oh, it was. I'm pretty sure that one. I mean, like I love Iron Gag, but it was us and them in Worcester at that
Oh,
one.
holy shit.
We had
One
played.
person paid.
We had played maybe the best show, like one of my favorite shows that we ever played in New York with Died and with
Yeah.
Uncle Skinny, and that was a great show. And then we played where else? We played somewhere else.
It's
and
the
then we played
posters on the
Worcester.
wall right there. It's the trunk one.
Yeah,
There's this
yeah.
shithole in Worcester called Hotel Vernon,
Yeah.
where the way you book a show is the calendar on the wall. You go in, you write the band's names and a date, hope that someone doesn't replace the calendar, and you just have to, like, if you have a friend in the area, you can have them go and check and make sure it's still there.
Like they just randomly take it down and well, like how are they booking a band just by you writing your name? What the heck? This whole process.
Like mottos, we have a side room. You can fucking use it if you want. Maybe you'll buy a beer. Like beers are $1 there, but in a tiny glass. It's the worst fucking place in the world. And it was us, a band from Pennsylvania called Trunk that we're friends with, and like 3 other locals from like the area or with us, and one fucking person came in the door. It was just an absolute shit show. It was fun, I guess, but like, no.
That is the weirdest venue I've ever heard of. Like you book a show just by coming and writing your name on a calendar that could be replaced at any moment. What?
Like room is like made to look like a ship hull, so there's like
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh,
There's-
that fucker.
yeah, and like there's no PA. You had to bring your own, like, well, there was speakers, but like you had to bring a power amp. There's a massive piano on stage that doesn't work. It's in the way. I'm not selling the spot. I'm trying to,
You,
but like,
you
man,
ever go to a
like,
show where the bands are just playing to the bands and then they all pack up and go,
yeah.
"Cool, good game," and go home?
Yeah. Okay. Do you have like a recording of this? Because dude, I gotta see this venue.
It was pretty.
It's called Hotel Vernon. If you want to take a vacation to Worcester, Massachusetts, you can definitely experience it.
Go to Ralph's instead.
Yeah, Ralph's
is cool.
Just go on Google.
There's a lot of better places that
You don't actually have to
could've been
go
looked
there.
at.
You can just use the internet and find pictures and go.
Oh, I'm
"Oh,
going
that's
to.
cool."
Yes, that's the entire idea. I'm.
Couple shows there that popped off. But like, I
The
don't know. it just
Pirates
died.
Lounge.
Yeah,
What the fuck is a
That's
Oh,
what that
Pirates
like-
Lounge.
The room has a bunch of bullshit pirate memorabilia
Oh yeah,
all
the
over
ship.
the place. Yeah.
So I guess it's called the Pirates Lounge, not the ship.
I've played three? I think I played 3 shows there. One with Gil, one with Willzyx, and then one was with Warfucker. And weirdly enough, the Warfucker show was fucking great. There was a ton of people there. fucking popped off.
Yeah,
and it
punk
was
shit
wild.
pops off in Worcester
but-
really hard.
Yeah, but like no,
Not us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was confused. Yeah.
What's the weirdest show? Well, I mean, that's probably the weirdest fucking show, right? But if there's a weirder one, I'd love to hear. What's the weirdest show you guys have played?
I think that same weekend with Tweak, then there was the metalcore bands that we played with, and Tweak is just like us and Tweak are like kind of on the same like wavelength, and then it was just like a bunch of metalcore bands, and it was just like kind of that one was pretty weird.
No, it was Needleplay, Geestpfeffer, Tweak, and us, the matinee in Providence.
No, I'm talking about the other Worcester one that we played at Remedy with Tweak.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah.
You're right.
And there was I don't know, some like really tough guy hardcore band was playing, and we were just in the side room with Tweak, just like we were all just like I feel bad, but we were all just like making fun of them as they were doing their breakdowns, and we're all just like fucking like jokingly hitting each other, and like oh god, yeah, that was a weird night.
I think more shitty than weird, but
yeah, that was I guess shitty and weird in the way of shows are probably pretty similar. I like that. Probably right.
I think all of our shows are kind of weird.
Something I had it so weird. A thing that happened at a show also in Portland is after we were done our set, some dude tried to buy a shirt, and he bought a shirt. If it was cool, whatever. Got the shirt, opened up, and he's like, "Hey man, can you wipe the sweat off your head on it?" And I was like, sure. So wipe the sweat off my brow with this fucking shirt I just sold this dude. And it turns out he was the guy that my dad used to work on the radio in Portland, Maine, and I guess that guy used to work at the same radio station, got fired for just being a fucking weirdo, and just not leaving anyone alone. So it checks out that he plagued my dad and then plagued me somehow.
That's fucking weird, man. Alrighty. I think I found a picture from this place, the Pirate Lounge or whatever. I don't know if you're looking at the stream right now, but we've got what looks to be a very pirate themed setup here.
I'm trying.
With an awesome I don't know, like pickup artist in there.
Yeah, that's totally it.
It's so weird. So you like play where the ship wheel is?
Is that Kid Rock sitting in front of it?
I don't know. It's just a random picture. So you would like play where the ship wheel is, or like how's that work?
Yep. And it's a really shitty small stage. That picture makes it way bigger than it actually is.
That's not that big.
We should have felt that.
Would you say it's a shippier stage? It's way shippier than it looks. Got him. Dude, that's awesome. What the fuck? It's so weird. It's such a weird way to set up your venue.
You think it would be cool to play there. It's not.
Oh, what about there was a really weird one. Probably the most people that have ever been at any of our shows too. What's the meme band that we played with?
Oh, Psycho Stick?
We played with Psycho Stick for some
sick.
reason. And it was insane. Like it was actually insane. We also played with Green Jello right around the same time. I think because of the Psycho Stick show, someone was like, "Yeah, there's this weird, wacky band that was."
Yeah.
It's like, played with Green Jello twice. That was definitely weird too.
Those guys that wear like the goblin mask or some shit, isn't that right?
They're the guys that had the spike one, beer is good and stuff.
Okay, I never actually listened to them, but I've seen pictures of like some weird shit.
Green Jello.
Psycho Stick was the beer is good and stuff, and then they had like all I don't know, they had all those really shitty.
Oh yeah, I remember Psycho Stick's like weird music videos and stuff.
So like, people know Green Jello because Maynard was on like a song or some shit.
Yeah, Maynard Keenan.
But like then like the singer now is this guy named Will Manspeak who's off his fucking rocker. Like he warmed up by standing on a chair just screaming at the top of his lungs for like 20 minutes saying, "I want it supersized with burgers and fries," then screams at the sound guy to make it louder and keeps going. And that's the entire warm-up of this fucking band.
He has a band that plays with them in each different section of the country too. And the band that plays here is literally a Guar cover band, so they're all dressed up like Guar, and then it's just him and his own standing on a fucking
Yeah,
like stool,
it's
just being
actually
weird.
fucking
It's entertaining. It's
and,
wicked
like,
fun.
each time like that I've seen him play or watch or have played with them, he's like, "You're just about to wait $15 if you're coming through the door. This show's a waste of money." And he's fucking right, but it's fun.
He chants in between every song. He gets everybody chanting "Green Jello sucks" like
Yeah.
over and over and over.
It's so weird.
There might be one song that you actually might know. From the 90s, there was like a pretty popular song, and it was just literally the Three Little Pigs song done as like a metal or a hard rock song kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Maynard was in it, and it was all over the radio for a while. And everybody knows that band just because of that song.
Yeah.
I have no idea what song you're talking about. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Little pig, let me in.
You know, it's gonna be the clip I put up on Instagram, right? Is y'all doing that? So you guys got shirts, which you say on your Bandcamp is a random color. What's going on? Why can't I pick a color?
Oh, we're almost sold out of those, actually. We sold like the last 4 or 5.
If someone's gonna watch this and go to buy one, you don't. We have 2 left and the sizes are wrong and we need to fix it. So please don't buy a shirt right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit, man. I was gonna try to get me a shirt, but I guess I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yell at you to not buy anything. Just, you guys want to plug some merch? Just don't buy anything. Please do not buy
we found
anything.
some deal where it was like so many shirts, different colors. If it's a light one, there's dark ink. If there's a dark one, it's light ink.
Actually, there's a couple right here.
Yeah, those are gonna get mailed out. But like, let me just open one up anyway.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
they're all different colors. Every single one is a different color.
Yeah,
it's like the grab bag. Like you get this many of different sizes, but it doesn't matter what like.
So I know we're advertising something I just told you not to buy, but
yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy that.
That's
don't buy that.
Yeah.
What kind of business sells you like random colors of shirt? Like, I don't understand. And then they print it on them for you too, but it's like the random colors.
Everything like you get some like really good deal on it.
I was gonna say it's gotta be cheap as shit, right?
No, it is for like a band. It totally makes sense because we try to sell our shit cheap anyway. Like I don't want to make someone give me $15 for a fucking shirt. I know how much they cost to make. Like,
right. That's awesome, man. Holly's saying that she asked for a yellow and got a handwritten apology for being out of yellow. So thank you.
Yeah, and we've done like so. Anytime someone like orders from us, we started this thing of just getting like trading cards of random. There's like Power Rangers ones. There's like Knight Rider. There's Megadeth ones. There's
Did
Holly
get cards?
Yeah. I don't know what cards we sent her, but I'm like, if we didn't send you cards, Holly, I'm sorry. We'll just mail you some.
We'll send you some cards. Right
yeah,
now.
we'll totally just send you a pack of cards.
I got Pokemon cards from Cell Damage not too long. Still some bands doing that too. That's awesome.
There's these ones that we have in the deck now that I found actually at the show the other night.
Oh, the religious ones?
Those ones are great. There's like a bunch of like Bible, like Genesis, like creationist story ones.
Really?
And then, but I really like the rock ones that have just like random different artists on them that you've never fucking heard of.
Yeah.
Like there'll be like Motley Crue, and then you'll have like, I don't know, Joe Schmo who has long hair and looks like Fabio and probably sang one song that anybody knows.
Yeah.
But like they're pretty entertaining.
I always wondered who these are marketed towards. I guess it's bands looking for weird shit to put with their merch, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So you also have CDs and vinyl for I Don't Feel Anything available through Dark Trail Records. People can just go to your Bandcamp and purchase it from there. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, what was the last thing you listened to?
I've been listening to a lot of Tony Bennett lately.
Nice.
Oh, for real? Okay.
For real?
Okay. I can dig it.
The last thing I listened to was this band called Yugen, Yugen. I don't even know how to describe it. It sounds like there's 15 instruments all practicing displacement, but really fast.
Okay.
I think literally the last thing I listened to was Yowie.
Nice. Okay.
The thing I've been listening to a lot of though is I really like Black Midi and Squid. I'm actually seeing Black Midi on Monday, and I'm very excited. If you haven't heard of Black Midi, do you like the Mars Volta?
I've heard of Black Midi. I think I've heard a couple of songs and they were good. I just haven't like dug deep into them.
Like the album that's on pre-order right now on Bandcamp, those are fucking insane.
They're just getting crazier and crazier. That band is out of control. Them and Black Country New Road, which is a little bit more, I guess, emotive, but like dark and like moody kind of shit. It's kind of like if Me Without You meets Black Midi kind of thing. They're really good too.
A lot of Hikari Utada, the girl who sings the Kingdom Hearts songs.
Oh, really? Okay.
That. Some Krallis.
Mm-hmm. Always Krallis.
Interdimensional black metal.
Always Krallis. Speaking of Behold the Octopus.
Yeah.
Always Krallis.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. I think in the last month it's really just been like Tony Bennett and Tom Waits. It's like there's no in between of what I've actually been into recently. It's either like a great old jazz like singer or like a just piece of shit dude with any instrument he can get.
Dude, I love that. I love it when metal bands are like listening to like odd stuff that you wouldn't expect them to listen to. Like I love oldies, for instance, and like that kind of throws people off sometimes.
Yeah.
What's your album of the year so far?
Ultra pop.
Yeah, Ultra Pop or Black Midi's new album is fucking insane.
I think Ultra Pop and is like one of the two albums I've listened to that I think that's come out this year that I can remember. So that
they're just on another level. Album of the year.
Yeah,
It's just like
It's just
existence of the year. Like they're just fucking shredding.
Whenever they put an album out, that's their year.
Yeah.
They claim that year.
We saw them right before everything got shut down, and it was probably the craziest fucking show I've ever seen. They had
dudes in ghillie suits like just eating hamburgers, giving
just
people hamburgers.
running around in ghillie suits, just whispering in your ear, "You're doing a good job," and
what? What the fuck? Really?
Saw them like at one point they had like a break and the singer is a tall fucking scary looking dude. I don't care how nice
one of the four.
Yeah, well the tallest one who's jacked to shit, and he's like, "Come dance with me," and like I'm like, "No, dude, I'm good," and I'm like, I'm coming down from like shrooms or acid or something, and I'm like, not above it, and I'm like kind of scared. And he finally grabs me and we just start dancing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, he just wanted to dance!" Like.
Yeah. Remember the girl Melissa kept on doing this thing where like there'd be a buildup and she would just do this, like she was like ready to just fucking like
do the Naruto thing.
Like, yeah, just to fucking Naruto right into you as fast as she possibly could, and she'd be looking you in the eyes, and then she'd just not do it. It was hilarious. I was like,
dude, what the fuck?
Intimidate the shit out of me to just like fucking go somewhere else and jump off a table or something. It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I need to see them. Holy shit, that sounds insane. I had no idea they were doing that.
Literally, as soon as we hang up with you, we're gonna go watch the movie.
Yeah, you were saying they were doing that. That's right.
Buy some tickets, watch the movie. I'm sure it's gonna be insane. I've seen clips of it. We've all seen clips of it, and it looks like it's nuts. Like
that's crazy.
They're on another level. They're fucking dudes. Shit.
So that's about all I had to talk about. Unless you had something else you want to bring up.
Nah, this has been cool.
Dude, hell yeah. You guys have been awesome. So if you're looking for an interesting original take on this style of music, check out I Don't Feel Anything, the new EP from Willzyx, which dropped in September through Dark Show Records. You guys are on Facebook, Bandcamp, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all streaming platforms. Am I missing any like socials?
No.
Or is that everything?
Major ones.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Okay. As for me, drop my channel follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming services, as well as some exclusive emotes. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, tickle the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound That Ends Creation, at thesoundthatenscreation.bandcamp.com. Pre-orders for my new album, Boomers, Zoomers, Desperate Coomers, are up now. My next guest is Hopscotch Battle Scars. Join us this Sunday the 17th at 7 p.m. Central for the live cast. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Peace out, man.
Hell yeah, and thank you guys for watching and listening.